Members of the Nigeria Labour Congress earlier today shut down the port in compliance with its two-day warning strike over petrol subsidy removal. In Nigeria's capital city of Abuja, civil servants partially complied to the strike order, but the Federal Secretariat was devoid of its usual activity, with some workers going about their usual duties. Senior correspondent Sharon Ijaso in Lagos and TVC News Helen Osamide Akins in Abuja report that the inability of government to fulfill terms of collective bargaining agreements reached with workers necessitated the strike.
Workers in the maritime sector complied with the two-day warning strike called by the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) for Tuesday 5th and Wednesday 6th of September 2023. The Nigerian Labour Congress staged the industrial action in preparation for an indefinite strike. Deputy President of the Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria, Tonye Ari, who addressed other workers, lamented poor wage paid to Nigerians.
Of course, we all know the economic situation of the country. Everything is, prices of goods, prices of services is going higher and higher by the day. And the promise that the federal government will come up with their palliatives, we are not seeing it. And of course, the hardship is something else. So I do not think that they will see it otherwise. But definitely, the same pain that we have is the same pain that they have too. You know, when there is hunger, there is anger.
After a National Executive Council meeting on the 31st of August, NLC announced the warning strike following inability of government to meet demands of workers. Some of the grievances of the workers are the federal government's refusal to reach agreement with organized labor on the critical issues of the consequence of the hike in the price of petrol, onslaught against trade unions and their leadership by the state and its agents across Nigeria. Others are the invitation of police to the national headquarters of NURTW, as well as the violation of the rights of workers to join unions in some organizations in the aviation sector. It should be noted that the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, met with the Minister of Labour and Employment, Simon Lalong, on the matter.
It has become pertinent to appeal to the leadership of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, to suspend its intended 2 days warning strike, as such action would be detrimental to the gains already been recorded on our course to securing a greater future for Nigerian workers and citizens at large.
Workers across the country are hopeful that the federal government will accelerate the process of wage increase. Sharon Ijaso, TVC News.
The Nigerian Labour Congress last week declared a two-day warning strike over current hardships caused by the removal of fuel subsidy. In compliance to the directive, the ever-busy Federal Secretariat in the heart of the nation's capital is devoid of this usual rush of workers. But some civil servants were still at their desks carrying out their official duties. Abraham Hussein is one of the civil servants who came to work despite the ongoing strike.
It's, the way you are expecting. We are expecting that at least everybody should be at home. So we will just come, we'll see people around. Work is going on. Anybody that says work is not going on is lying.
Are Hassan, a legal practitioner, describes the action of the NLC as unfortunate, especially at a time where the country is dealing with several challenges. He believes the action will further cripple the country's economy and calls for a rethink by NLC.
The NLC, at this critical point in time, will lose sleep over issue of palliatives, where we know the economic doldrum and the problems that are headed are there. The calling for this strike is ill-timed, ill-motivated and political.
The Minister of Labour had called for a meeting to resolve issues raised by the union, but while the Trade Union Congress attended the meeting, NLC chose to shun it and directed affiliate unions to join the strike.
It is said a strike has never been the right way to addressing national issues. The Nigerian Labour Congress must consider embracing dialogue with the government to addressing the many challenges. Helen Osamide Akins, TVC News, Abuja.